We're gonna be starting. So it's a Sunday afternoon on some street in a city, and we see your one dutiful fan just rush into the bodega. The bells cling as well. This issue came out, and what it shows is just the hallways of, well, one of the Illuminati hallways, and on side there's just hero after hero with just up and like standing in the hall in like the black of it down the way as the lights are fluttering more and more out as you go deeper into the hall is just a robot all with the wizard man. Multiple recognizable villains from Dynamite to LSD or LS Doom. And to the side we see the team. We see on the ground just Johnson, and we open up to you guys standing in the office with some 20 other heroes. There's 23 of you in total between you, the other teenage team of Fire Team Alpha, Sharpshooter, Lieutenant Miracle's there, but she's without Igus, Shafi, and so is Grizzly and Ringer, and it goes on and on. The one you don't expect is a biker, or the reader doesn't expect the biker from Motorlord's crew. It's the woman with the blue azure fire, and while we're struggling to wonder why she's even there with Morningstar, off to the right we see Madam Nyx, the old Shadow, and the new Shadow. So I like to call him. Night Prowler and his father and his family are there. And everyone's just looking at Johnson, and he goes to all of you and goes, "All right, security's being murdered across the entire facility. It started in prison breakout, so marginally, half of us are gonna go there and stem it. The other half of us are gonna break into 3 teams to try and get to certain assets."
Isn't Eddie literally just wearing like a shirt right now? Like not even his hero costume? If I remember right from last session.
Were you?
Yeah, I remember he was with his mom and he got the call like while he was before he had time to get anything.
At most, he might have had a costume, but I know he didn't have the weapons. Cause I remember him saying he was there without his weapons.
I think he had the costume. I don't think he has the weapons. Like, and
he
has like the body of the costume. Like he's probably wearing sneakers or something.
Okay.
You also see that a lot of them were just in casual clothing, none of the body armor. Shroudhound is also there. He's wearing this kind of padded overcoat, but you can see underneath it that he's just wearing like a wife beater.
So we are all ill prepared. We have a bunch of supervillains in the house. How fucked are we on a scale to 1 to 10?
12.
Pretty good.
Eddie's just gonna very casually stretch his arms, like interlock his fingers, stretches.
They emptied the entire jail and now it's spreading through the entire facility. And we see Johnson. He has the comical kind of like bulletproof vest and shotgun out. And half of his televisions are out. So he looks to like the shadows and to Dimitri, and kind of continues on to before like one last blip of the teleporter comes out. We see just Conquistador with his humongous dual-barreled like rifle come out, and behind him is Showman and
Alright, sorry.
okay, wait, hold on. Showman. Then we also have Insengoma with Brand. And why the fuck can I not remember him? The ringer I got. See, Fire Team Alpha. The offensive is mostly kind of still broken up.
Can you just say a bunch of
Yeah.
superheroes?
Yeah, basically. Just a humongous fucking ton of, and like the last one is another alien, a space Mongolian, tall, proud cheek, with one kind of hilt at his side. He's
Goddamn
an
space
older
Mongol.
man. He's an older man. Not the lean trader that was that part of the bank. And nonetheless, he's still gilded, and he looks to the Calamity, the three of you that have shown up, and he goes, "You're heading to the data vault. I want you to download everything into an emergency file, deny asset, and delete everything, even if you have to blow everything up."
Sounds like a plan.
Can Hornet access the systems and get a download of the base schematics if he doesn't already have them?
Well, I can probably do that from here, and I kind of walk over to Mr. Johnson's.
You can get schematics, but I mean everybody's secrets are in there.
We just have to know how
Eddie's
to get
eyes
there.
visibly widen up at that, and he just very quietly says, "Fuck."
Yes, fuck.
Alright. First, I want to make myself a picture of what we're dealing with. And I kind of walk over to Mr. Johnson's computer. Kind of open it up and like rewire some stuff. And I want to read the situation.
Yeah, first you're gonna have to work on Freak.
Yeah, alright. Here we go. Ooh, Jesus. Wait, that's not Freak. It is? Wait, why doesn't... It's a +2, but it's set a plus...
You have Hopeless marked.
Ah, I see.
So, Kaz, you're just trying, like, you're kind of reeling from it, and as you kind of, like, plug in immediately, there's just this electronic warfare that immediately goes into your suit, and it's 2 seconds before we just see that Hornet suit just powers off, and Kaz, you just see your entire suit go through an entire factory reboot.
Oh, great.
When it comes on after basically a minute, you're left with this kind of like laughing cat with one eye blinded as it fades back into the original.
Oh, that fucking little bastard.
Yup.
Well, he's overtaking the system, so that's not good.
I've never been to the.
Which is why you have to go to the data vault.
I've never been to the data vault. Neither have these two. We need directions.
Insengoma and Brand will act as guides. And you turn and you see Insangoma, a woman of obvious African descent, and these very kind of colorful and complex patterned robes, and you see the kind of teenage girl, but like next to her, kind of in more active attire, and her like she kind of just stomps her like feet twice, and like they start burning. That is brand. I don't have one for Insangoma. After that, if you want to head to security and see what happened there, then that's fine. Otherwise, it's either that or R&D that you're gonna head to next.
Fine, let's move.
All right.
Out of character. If this route takes us by the med bay, Traveler wants to pop in and look for a little something something real quick. She's not going to go off if it doesn't, but just if it does.
So before you file out, Eddie, you get stopped by Crossfire and Sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have your bow and arrows on you, right?
He does not have anything but his costume and a dream. And it's his new costume. Is it his new costume or his old costume?
It's your new costume.
Alright. So
your new-ish costume. It's like 75% completed.
Yeah.
And Sharp just kind of looks at you, raises an eyebrow. Crossfire just kind of like shrugs, and she like goes into like one of her bags on her legs and drags out foldable kind of like miniature crossbow. She hands you a couple of bolts.
God damn it! Eddie's first session. First thing he said was crossbows suck. How small is the crossbow? Is it like a one-handed thing?
It can be a one-handed. It can also be a two-handed thing. If you can drag it up, it's kind of like the size of.
It's kind of like
over your forearm.
Oh, so it's like an AK pistol sized thing, kind of.
Kind of, sort of like an AK-47, yeah.
Yeah. Not an AK-47, an AK pistol. Dear God. But yeah.
Pistol?
So it's
how big is an AK pistol?
It's imagine an AK-47 with a short barrel and no stock.
Yeah, the U. Sort of the U. Yeah, basically that.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he's got that. How many bolts does he have?
Actually, you got. I would say 30 bolts.
30. All right, so not really enough to worry about counting. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you were gonna be like, you got 3 bolts, fuck boy. Anyway, Eddie's gonna sling. He's gonna like put the. Wait, does he have a holster or anything like that, or a quiver?
I would say you have slots that you can.
All right, yeah. Eddie essentially makes a bandolier of mini crossbow bolts, and slings the crossbow under his shoulder, and just says, "I'll make good use of this."
You better. It's my emergency weapon.
Well, this is kind of an emergency, and I don't have a weapon.
Exactly.
Anyway,
without my emergency weapon.
Well, you have your normal weapon.
Stay alive. And she and Sharpshooter then just start like roaming down. You go out the door, and what you would normally see as the front desk area is you just see Hornet watching down like 20 different stairwells.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks to you and Insangoma like just announced the data vault, and she goes, 5th one.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, this one.
Alright, let's roll.
And you guys head down into lights that are flickering. Ceiling is kind of hanging flat, and you start to notice just how much of like the entire hallway is kind of built like that broken ass part of the rebel ship in episode 4. like in its absolute worst state,
Mm-hmm.
when the guys descend down into the madness. And you're making quick way because Insengoma's been a member for a few decades, a good few decades, and Brand is kind of also just packed in with you, following. And would people like to throw me a freak check?
Why do you do that?
Everyone?
-2 freak. We're all rolling freak?
Yep, if you want to make what I see as the perception check.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
I just
So you
rolled an
guys
8
catch
with a
it.
-2.
With like Insengoma at the like corners of your eyes, you kind of like the entire group swings around as just a door opens, and we can just see one of the usual security guard members. He's in white body armor, and he's just he's just firing bullets and like with his assault rifle, just screaming.
He's shooting at us.
No, he's just shooting at in through the doorway. And he's screaming for you guys to close it. Close it, close it, close it. Please, for the love of God, they're after me. Close.
All right, closing it.
Yeah, I mean,
Roll the closed door.
You guys notice, and you notice he's just shooting at an empty. As you guys just kind of like shudder the.
what was it?
Eddie's gonna like run over to his side while they close the door, and like try to put his hand on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, guy, buddy, dude, what was it? Calm down.
Monsters, humongous fucking monsters, fucking. And then he just like double takes in like at you, and he just reaches for like a pistol in it, like his chest pocket.
No. Eddie like tries to grab his arm and just says, no.
Roll freak or roll directly engage.
Roll directly engage. This is gonna go bad. Yep.
And he's just screaming, "You're with them too! You're with them too!"
Can I save Eddie?
Sure you can.
Oh, just give me 1 second, buddy. It's about to go
Alright.
down. Oh
Alright.
shit! Wait, I don't have the drone, do I?
You do.
Don't
you
have
do
the drone.
not.
Damn!
Do
Come
not
on,
have
Lucky,
your
can't help me.
drone. Sorry. Not really, but sorry. Kaz.
I guess I expose myself to danger.
Okay.
As I kind of throw Eddie to the side as I see the guy actually reaching for the gun. Like,
Yeah, you throw Eddie to the side, and the gun kind of ricochets off your armor, and as you just hear it, he empties the clip into you. You just hear the sounds reverberate down the halls. And you just manage to like slap the gun out of his hands, and then Brand comes over and just knocks knocks the man unconscious with her leg, like one quick kick.
I'm glad she did it, so I didn't have to, because that's what I was gonna do next.
And she looks to like Insengoma and she goes, we're gonna be found. And Insengoma just goes, it was just a matter of time. Throw him back into the room.
why? Can just,
Because
like,
it was empty anyway.
I take the guy and just like spray him full with goober rounds. This is like in a protective cocoon of goober rounds. Now he can scream as much as he wants. He won't be a danger to himself or anyone else.
I'll take the assault rifle if it still has any ammo in it.
And if someone
It
asks,
has
I
one
didn't
bullet
steal those
left.
from aliens.
No, I'll take it, and if he doesn't have any didn't have any rounds on him or anything.
He's goobered.
Okay. We
She
should keep moving.
just looks at him and she just makes a quick mark as a small tree starts, like she just taps into like the ground twice as a small tree starts growing out. He's gonna need to be evacuated.
I'm sure a lot of people will be.
And with worry, she just kind of like looks down the hall and she goes, "We're gonna have to make the quickest way there." And you guys start running down the hall.
Nice. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, I heard something fall downstairs and I needed to make sure my cat wasn't fucking killing himself.
Nice.
Alright, I'm back.
So you kind of just continue downwards and eventually as you all are breaking into this run, we kind of just see this one kind of laser beam just take instant Goma full in the gut, and she just kind of like bangs against the wall. And from out of the shadow of the hall, we just see like two doors kind of open, and on one side we see, in the same kind of black and magenta he always has been, we see Sci-Fi Bot 9000 in a new body somehow, with curved armature plates, and his hand is kind of glowing with a little circle on the inside, and on the other side we just sort of see this kind of square charge sitting in the middle of the doorway.
You see a what?
You see this sort of like square like charge
Like on the door?
on the door.
Okay.
And Bran just kind of like looks to like her mentor and just cries out and just dashes to her side to like try and help her back up. And now we have faced the. Now we are going to be facing the gauntlet. So we are going to be generating team.
All right.
Nice.
So here's the two. Due to the large amount of team you're probably going to have, this is going to be what lasts you throughout this entire fucking mission. I'd be surprised if you burned through it all. Who's the leader?
Guess I am. For now.
Anybody disagree with that?
I mean, I really don't feel like there's a leader per se.
There's not really a leader right
There
now. No.
maybe Gomo, but she's out of it. She's the adult hero.
Okay then. Does everyone have the same purpose?
That I think we all do.
Beat the thing.
Robot, yeah.
Get to the data core and defeat anything on the way there.
Alright.
Because I'm assuming this is like a one-off generation. It's not every guy we come against.
Nope. Anybody mistrust the leader of the team?
What leader?
I mean, I don't think we mistrust each other, or at least I don't. I don't know about the others. They might mistrust me.
Eddie doesn't mistrust anybody.
Me neither.
Okay, someone say you lose that one for that, but I'll say you lose one for being ill prepared. Okay, so you see Sci-Fi Bot just poke down, like his head down the hall, and he looks to like the square charge, and then that like kind of like pops back into the room he popped out of. You guys are free to do whatever you want.
All right. I want to read the situation.
Okay, roll superior.
Cool. Nice. Finally.
You got 2 questions.
Yep. 1 second. So this is the situation. What here is in the greatest danger?
You guys are.
Okay.
The world.
What here is the biggest threat?
What here is the biggest threat? Well, I'll put here in the kind of crawl space.
Is it
What
only
here is the
sci-fi bot or
biggest?
something
I
else?
would say the villain. Sci-Fi Bot 9000 is the biggest threat because he knows something you don't, and he's prepared and been looking for this.
Mm.
You
Sci-fi
guys,
Sci-fi bot
kinda-
was the brain in the jar, right?
yes.
Yeah, alright. Another brain in a jar, supervillain. Alright, let's concentrate on kicking his ass. Before that charge
Another.
goes off.
Okay, so Kaz is just charging down the hallway.
I tell the other guys before I do that.
Bodkid.
Eddie, I want to roll straight up creeping.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll mundane.
Roll that fatty mundane. Get a
Yep.
miss.
You get
That's a nice-
fucking
that's a
fatty
nice
mundane.
That's a fatty mundane right there.
Yep.
All right. First question. Who here is most vulnerable to me?
Most vulnerable to you.
That one's a throwaway question. I don't actually really care.
Insengoma?
Okay, I guess. I'll believe it.
I mean, she's really vulnerable.
Yeah. This robot has like a ton of armor on here, right?
Yep.
What here can I use to pierce that armor?
So you're kind of just like packing like through, and you're like, man, if like only I had half of my arrows, and you're kind of like looking through your satchel, and you see like that some of the bolts are kind of like have these weird colored circles on it,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of like tap it twice, and then they just start glowing as if armed.
Oh boy. And then
And you see that the crossbow also has a good deal of recoil. Like the string kind of like goes back to like the length of it, and then like you kind of like pull the trigger back more, and like the string, there's pulleys like by the front of it that pull it tight.
wait, what? You broke up.
The crossbow has pulleys like by the front of the miniature crossbow that pull the strings tighter.
Okay.
So it actually has a good deal punching power.
Awesome. And then last question from Straight Out Creepin'. Oh dang, this is a good one. Hold up. Who or what here is not what they seem?
We're not here as what they seem. The robot dashing into the room doesn't really add up. It got the drop on you and then suddenly just dashed away.
Oh shit. Oh
He's
shit.
trying
Wait,
to
it just
draw
ran
you
away.
in.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Eddie's gonna like call out to Kaz and just scream for him to stop. It's a trap.
Forget, I'm going for the charge, not the robot.
Oh, he's going. Oh, I thought he was running after the robot.
It's still on the door though, into the room the robot disappeared in.
No, it's on the door opposite of the room.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's what I'm going for.
Oh, okay, never
And
mind.
Traveler, as kind of like Eddie like realizes, like Bodkid screams this out, we kind of see this panel of just Kaz kind of like half leaping and half like running with his jets. And you get to the bomb, and you kind of like turn left, and you just see the robot with just like this kind of like this little rocket popped out of its like shoulder, and beneath him is just we see LS Doom with this needle gun. And Albert, would you like to do anything before Kaz gets thrown through with the ungodly loop?
I mean, yeah, if I see that and have time to react to that. What is LS Doom wearing?
LS Doom is wearing prison fatigues over this kind of stolen bodyguard armor.
Is he wearing a helmet or anything?
He's wearing goggles.
I want a headshot with the one bullet I have.
So you're gonna let Cat. Okay, so you're gonna run up, expose your.
Basically, I'd be
yourself
putting
to-
myself between Kaz and them to do this.
And the bomb.
He's at the bomb. So there's the bomb, him, me, them.
Yes.
Like they're gonna be attacking him as he tries to do something with the bomb. I'm putting myself between him and them so that he can take care of the bomb, and I'm trying to take out LS Doom.
As you're kind of like lining up to take this shot, you notice that they're not aiming for Kaz or you, but the bomb. And roll me danger.
Wait, the robot's not robot is aiming for the bomb?
They want to detonate
Nope.
it.
Oh dang.
What's your option?
Can I help, Traveler?
Can I help? Oh,
Yeah, I'll say you can spend a team in this situation.
Alright. Who's helping, me or Kaz?
I'll say Kaz can.
So I guess everyone's shouting to me by now that this
Yeah.
is a trap. So I guess I get my hopefully bulletproof suit in the way of the bomb while Traveler saves me.
So Traveler's not saving you.
Oh, it's attacking. All right,
Yes.
then. While I'm shooting towards the thing, and someone shouts, "Hey, it's LS. What is this? LS Doom?"
Yeah.
LS Doom.
I throw myself around like, don't know, shoot at him. So Traveler gets a better shot at him.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Okay, Traveler, what's the two options? As the rocket starts flaring off from Sci-Fi Bot 9000's arm.
Yeah, resist and avoid their blows. They're not aiming at us. Would taking something from them would last minute shooting instead of the rocket blowing it up be viable?
Yes, it would be very viable.
So I will create an opportunity for my allies and blow up the bomb with the bullet instead of taking the headshot. Or blow up the rocket, rather.
Okay. So, you just take your one shot, and while kind of like Kaz just throws out a couple of goober rounds to stick some of LS Doom's limbs together, shortening up and like kind of like tightening up his aim and closing it up. He still gets a couple of needles off, and they sink into like your thigh and like one into like where your kind of like kit like liver is, and then one in the arm. And you just that one shot kind of like as you're getting shot like this, kind of cinematically burst through the rifle, and it takes off Sci-Fi Bot's upper left forearm plating and starts exposing exposes the outer arm to you guys. And Due to this, Traveler, I want you to take a powerful bow as crazy psychedelics and like hostile chemicals enter your body. You know what? Thank God for the future that they try to poison you every which way.
Right.
So your super liver manages to cancel it out. You kind of like you have to take a minute to kind of like bring back the tears as you kind of roll into the room, and it's a custodian's closet. Weirdly enough, it's a humongous custodian's closet, and you just like throw down one of the cleaning shelves on top of like to just make a quick bit of cover. And we are going to continue onwards in the round. Kaz or Bodkid?
Yep. The robot is still roboting around, correct?
The robot is very much roboting.
It's got like an open, exposed part of the armor now, though.
Yes.
Alright. Hey, guess what? Eddie's gonna shoot the fuck out of that exposed part of the armor.
Okay. You can roll no powers and not nearly enough training with the
That's
crossbow.
exactly what I was talking about. Also, don't I get an additional +1 to that because of the straight up creeping earlier?
I will give that to you, definitely.
Nice. It's a pretty juicy hit.
And yeah, we just kind of see Eddie kind of like, how are you holding the crossbow?
Oh, he's one-handing that bitch.
So yeah, you kind of like just jump behind Kaz as
Like he jumps behind Kaz and he does like the cowboy draw where he draws it over his head and he's standing sideways to it. He aims for a second, then fires.
and the bolt. What two options are you taking?
Oh, I'm taking hold on, where is it?
As the explosive.
I'm gonna take impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, and resist or avoid their blows.
Okay. So this little crossbow bolt has a little blue ring around it, and as soon as it hits the exposed arm, it just sends electrical currents that start just shocking the shit out of Sci-Fi Bot 9000. And and he chose to resist or avoid blows.
Yep.
Okay. So kind of like Ellis Doom cries out as the electricity storm also kind of just like engulfs the two of them and kind of like dies off to the side. And then Kaz, Ellis Doom is very open.
Eddie just can I just flavor text something real fast?
Yeah, sure.
Eddie just holds up two fingers like in the peace sign, but they're like as if he was flipping somebody off, but with his two fingers, and he just says bullseye.
Very Persona-esque.
Yeah.
All right. Can I disarm the charge first?
You most definitely can. Yeah.
All right. Is that freak?
I would say so, or you can
Or-
use always prepared.
Always prepared. I don't want to use my things yet.
Okay. So then use freak to get around this bomb.
All right.
It's a haphazard chemical thing.
And I disarm it.
Beautiful. The bomb, you kind of just break the glass, and like it's wired together very poorly. Like it is super makeshift and ratchet.
And I chuck it in front of Alice Doom and turn to Eddie and say, "They got a tiger. Shoot that thing. Let the guy have like a taste of his own medicine for once."
If you blow that up, I swear to God, everybody in this room is gonna die.
Can I say with a 10 that that will not happen?
Well, you disarm the bomb. Now you
Okay,
take the liquid.
fine.
You throw it into the place. You tell Eddie to shoot it.
Yeah, in front of the bad guys. Yeah.
Trevor's in the room.
Can
All right,
I?
then don't do it. Fine.
Can I? Or would I be able to do something? Maybe it'd be a defend roll. I don't know. Basically, opening up a portal in front of me, so the explosion that would hit me, I then like just open it up underneath them. So basically, they get it from
No,
underneath.
I just don't do it. I just don't do it.
Okay.
So would you like to try something else?
No, I disarmed the bomb and that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. Trevor.
And they're both still up and about, or functional at least.
Sci-Fi Bot 9000 is kind of like struggling to get the arrow out of his left arm, and it looks very slack. And like it kind of like looks very rigid compared to the rest of the form. And he's screaming something about it's overpowering us, Captain. And you just see Ellis Doom look at you with like wide eyes.
Ellis Doom's needles, are they manual and he's throwing them? Or are they from like wrist launchers or?
He's got a gun.
Okay, it's
like
a gun.
The medic TF2.
Okay. I want to go for that. Throwing a portal blast basically to hit the middle of it or hit part of it to make it unusable. Teleporting another piece just somewhere randomly.
Freak or directly engage?
So resist and then take his weapon.
Yep. So he kind of like tries to like the portal goes into it, and then you just kind of like leap onto him, and he kind of like throws like this very very poor overhand punch, which you block easily, and then just slap him in the you just like 1-2 punch him in the face, and he's already like holding his hands up wide in surrender. It's like, I'm done, man. I'm done.
Wise choice. And I goober him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you goober him up, and from kind of there we just see Sci-Fi Bot 9000 just look to him and go, "Your lack of faith is disturbing." As what is Sci-Fi Bot 9000 going to do? You know what? He also looks at his friend, notices like just the bomb is filled, and he kind of like looks to you, Kaz, and then just kind of like we just see like the bot powered down, and then from like the chest cavity, the brain on like these little spider legs pop out of it and just sit on the ground.
Can I give up, brain?
I am not going to give myself too useless and vain glorious effort. I wish to live.
Yeah. We could just like walk over there and just like break the spider legs and just like let him stand there on the ground beside Alice Doom.
I was gonna do that if nobody else did.
Today on the same page.
And I look to Bodkid and go, "Can you scavenge parts from this suit?"
Definitely. And he puts the bow away, just reaches over his hands, cracks his knuckles, or reaches over his head, cracks his knuckles, like interlocks his fingers, and then just does like, he just like starts doing that like spindly finger thing, and just starts walking towards the bot.
Yep. And roll me straight up creeping.
Straight up creeping. That's a good roll for me. Zoo.
Yep, and so you kind of like notice, and like you see like the arms on the right hand that wasn't used are just kind of pristine and have like these weird cylindrical barrel looks to them. And you fuddle around with the tech for a quick second, and you have like in less than in 5 minutes you'll have a new weapon to work with. And at this time, Bran kind of just walks into the door and says, "Instant going is gonna be fine. Just fractured rib and burn, but she's still going."
All right.
Glad she's okay. And once Eddie's done with the scavenging, I look to Kaz and I go, "Do you need anything from this? What's left of the suit?"
No, I should be fine. And I turn back to the brain. Say, so, what are you planning?
Planning to get into the data vault, get everything, get out the prison portal or R&D portal.
Where's that prison portal leading?
Well, it led them into the place, broke us out. They closed it, but if we complete our objectives, they'll let us go free.
And who are they? That bastard?
Yes, that and the wizard bastard that recently came in.
Interesting.
They came in with a bunch of Eleanor bots and Blinko thugs. Broke out everybody else that's been in jailed here, and from then it's been either server chaos.
Oh, nice as you did it. You had so much courage to stand up for yourself and learn from your past mistakes as a criminal. Oh, right, you didn't. And it just tapped a glass on the brain.
And as he does that, to drive the moment home with what's left of the suit, I just use the destructo disc portal powers that I've done in the past and shred it into multiple pieces. So even if somehow he has more mobility, he can't use the suit.
Yeah, so as you kind of just shred the shoe with powers, he kind of just hears it and he looks up at Kaz and goes, "Well, I didn't want to end up like Phoenician, did I?"
You stand here and wait till you be arrested. We have to do more important things.
That's if I don't get murdered first.
Well, then you better hope for the best, little brain.
Or don't.
All right, let's continue.
And Bran just kind of sees this and goes, "Really?"
You get out. And she goes, "What?"
And she goes, "Really?
Really what?
Is that what you guys have been driven to?"
I'm trying to save a bunch of people's identities. And I don't see any other villains right now.
I meant the death threats.
I never threatened it. The other villains will do that. I don't. I just gonna put them here and wait. Hope for the best.
And she kind of just looks down and just stares at it and goes, "You should be able to find your way through the data network. It should basically have everything knowledge-wise. I'm taking these two back in within Sangoma."
Alright, good plan. Good luck.
Because apparently you guys can't muster it yourselves.
Well, I was kind of hoping that you would suggest that.
You know, I heard things were screwed up in this team, but I didn't realize it was that much.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And yeah, she just picks up the brain and just kind of like drags Dynamap by like the scruff of like the back, kind of like of his prison uniform.
LS Doom.
Or Ellis Doom, yeah. And Instant Goma just kind of like walks with her down the hallway.
Yeah, let's get to the data core.
And
Yep.
yeah, so your goal is literally right across the way.
Zoom, zoom.
Nice.
So you punch in, you like kind of click your dollar in, and you're. It takes a bit of work, but the door sort of functions. And what you look inside is a very small monitor, and the biggest in CAS, it's the biggest library of floppy disks and tape recordings that you have ever seen in your life.
What the? How does that even work?
I guess if it's not
Oh,
online,
jeez.
you can't steal it from without being on site. That's why they invaded.
It's still.
And taking all of this would be a chore in and of itself.
Well, I guess I just. Wait, he said I should copy and then destroy it?
He said retrieve it.
How we're supposed to retrieve all of this?
And to the right, you notice a shopping cart.
Do you have comms, Hornet?
Yeah.
Can you see if you can reach Mr. Johnson, find out if his office is still being held, if it's safe?
Yeah. Alright, yeah. Coming, Mr. Johnson.
I'll say it takes you a bit, but you get on an old ham radio frequency, and he goes, "All right, which team is this?"
Calamity.
Okay.
So, first of
Calamity,
all,
this
are
is
you
Johnson.
alright? First of all,
Still
are you
holding.
alright?
Nothing new.
Second of all, are you fucking insane, you dog-brained idiot? How are we
What do you
supposed to
mean?
carry all of this?
There's a shopping cart.
I see the shopping cart.
It's
So
a deluxe shopping cart.
So his
Well,
office is
okay.
safe?
Yeah, he's safe.
I want to open up a portal from where we're at to right next to all of the stuff, and into his office, and then they can use the shopping cart to just push it through the portal into his office, and we're done.
Roll me a freak. You do it. He kind of just zips and like looks at it, looks to you, Traveler, gives a thumbs up.
I'm just shaking my head, just push the shopping cart into his office.
He's like, okay, that's done. I need you to head to the reactor, and I need you to funnel power to basically light support the chapel and R&D. Also security systems. We're also gonna have to treat them as hostile.
So he wants us to cut the power to all of that?
He wants you to only fuel it to those.
Okay.
But
So
Anything else, like
security.
shields are probably already down, and well, the enemies are gonna try to use the cameras. I want them to be as blind as we are.
yeah, I'm just confused because he said security as part of what to funnel power to, and then he said treat it like an enemy, so that's why I'm not sure what we're exactly doing.
Turrets. There's turrets and robots, and
To power those up.
keep power to those or power those up.
Okay.
Treat them like enemies.
That's what I don't
Shut
get.
off the computer.
Treat the security and turrets like enemies, but keep them powered up. Like as a player, I'm not sure what we're supposed to be doing.
He sees your confusion. Basically, goes, I need just whatever I can to thin them out. To do that, because we can prepare for them, they can't.
Prepare for security.
Yes. Also, if you can swing by legal and get the two numbskulls out of there, that'd be much appreciated.
Is it faster
Alright.
from the data core or from your office, as I still have the portal open?
Data core.
Close the portal.
And
I
it
swear to
takes,
God, if the
like-
generator is just a bicycle, I'm coming back.
Might be hamsters.
he kind of chuckles at that and goes nuclear fission.
Oh, thank God.
And yeah, it closes. And Stomp, by the end of this conversation, you notice the last kind of like wheeling of the store cart. And you now have like this miniature minigun, laser minigun.
Oh no. How big is miniature?
Probably the size of your leg.
Oh no. Why would you give this to Eddie?
To live up to the team name.
Eddie just looks at that and he keeps the crossbow and he just looks down at it. He picks it up and he just starts laughing.
You managed
Like
to
not
make
even maniacal laughing, just legitimate amused laughing.
you managed to make a trigger and handle from a broomstick and a couple of sponges alongside some rubber bands.
Oh no. Oh, this is beautiful. All of what I'm saying is in character right now, by the way.
Traveler looks at it, sees like the
This is
makeshift
beautiful.
nature of like the way he wields it and everything, and Saint MacGyver would be proud.
I'm fascinated that the thing isn't exploded yet. It's a good job.
I'm the
Give Eddie a
DIY
thumbs
hero for a reason, buddy.
You can comfort and support.
up. Would just an assessment of his gun be an emotional?
Sure.
Can you comfort and support
Sure,
someone
I'll
speaking
give you
logical and
logical
without
language.
emotion? Roll superior. All right, cool.
I think for Eddie, anything he makes is very emotional.
There you go.
That's very true. Eddie pours his heart and soul into everything he does.
So-
I can-
Eddie, you feel like, do you show your pride at your DIY child?
Of course.
And Kaz, you definitely see this ratchet makeshift MacGyverisms.
Yeah, that kind of makes me feel less hopeless.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a full hit. So yeah,
Yep.
awesome.
All right, Calamity.
Makes you feel less hopeless to know one of your teammates is at least smart enough to jerry-rig his way into Geneva Convention violations.
It's not Geneva violations if it's stolen.
All right, Calamity. Let's get this generator running.
And we're off to the races.
Yes, you are. And as you pull out this very old kind of like it's a paper map that you were finding within like the files, and it says map of Illuminati base, and it's a rough architectural sketch, but what kills you is that in the top left corner, alongside this weird kind of compass and zoom pictures, is MapQuest.
Oh God,
Excuse me?
I hate this.
That's me
dog
laughing,
brain
not
they read
Traveler.
so much. I think for my visor of my suit, there's just this laser reader, just like scanning in the thing, so I can have it on my HUD.
Yep. So you are able to pull that off, and you have a rough map of the facility.
I hate that, man. Give the schematics to Traveler, so she has one too.
Traveler, you're holding a piece of paper with MapQuest and
Yeah.
the sections of the Illuminati base on it, and the little square bit, and underneath it there's an advertisement for Cracker Barrel.
No, start following the map, heading where we need to go.
All right, so you guys head down to.
And before we take off, Kaz, can your suit photograph this in case we lose the paper?
Yeah, already done. I have it on my HOD.
Great.
All right, so Kaz, can you mark me down a third gadget for navigation?
Yep.
MapQuest is one of your gadgets.
Minimap obtained.
Congrats, you have got a minimap of 5. As you guys once again descend into the dark, kind of like hallway. And as you be able to quickly pile there, you just see guys getting pulled out of fires, and there's a couple of seconds when you're looking to your left, and there's just this. We kind of just see like the two space Mongolians working after the older man with his sword, and the other one with the gilded hands that just start dueling each other in the hallway. There's this orchestra kind of like playing in the background as Duel of the Fates is going off, and they keep going. The old man just starts pushing him down the hallway. He's screaming in like this very harsh alien tongue.
Do we recognize who's the hero, who's the villain there?
You take the older man was answered the call of Johnson. The younger man is the person who helped orchestrate half of the alien bank heist.
Like I remember it as a player, but the character was because you wouldn't know about that.
You're acting on the old man as good, young man as probably bad.
Okay.
Because the old man walked into a room with Johnson and didn't get jumped.
Right.
Do you go to help him?
Yeah, I want to help.
All right. So as you kind of just making your way, Traveler, you head down a corridor heading kind of west and away from as west as MapQuest can put cardinal directions on the Illuminati's home turf. As you can see, there's no nature outside of the base, just this pure blackness. And you head down the hallway to help Old Man Khan.
Old man who?
Khan.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm assuming the Space Mongol is pretty well focused on his opponent at the moment. I would like to basically move up and just punch a hole through him. Portal energy around my fist.
Okay. Roll danger. And you're doing this to the younger one, right?
Yeah, the one you said I read as the bad guy.
Okay. Oh, roll danger. Yep.
Maybe a leg or something just to incapacitate him.
Yep. So suddenly, where his knee used to be, there's your fist, and he just kind of grazes down to one knee, and as he kind of as like the old man Khan notices like just your portal, he just kind of like takes the flat of his energy blade and just smacks it across the other's head and just knocks him out quickly. And your portal kind of goes out, and he kind of sees you halfway down the hallway. He raises a fist as he kind of like throws this kind of weird golden glitter glue on top of the guy's knee before putting on manacles.
Yeah, because as soon as I did it, I was heading back to the others.
All right, you sort of snub him. And you guys are back on your way, and you eventually get to the darkest part. Kaz, you throw on, like, I guess, suit lights.
Yeah.
And I can charge up like my hands, and because they generate light, all my powers, and so that could be a light source as well if we need it.
Okay. So,
It's pink light, but it's still light.
yeah. You guys make your way kind of down with this faint kind of like glow and flashlights going about you. And from the kind of middle, you see the door labeled reactor, and there's this glowing behind it.
Well, I imagine this whole process of rerouting power is most likely going to be in your wheelhouse, Kaz.
Yep. Let's go to work.
So,
You keep my back free.
you kind of just open up the keypad, and you get to see like this humongous kind of like arena, and in the center of it, there's just this kind of sort of weird cage with kind of like all these kind of like plugs and stuff going out of it and through like the facility. And it's a humongous sort of box, like this kind of like weird poly like synthetic made box that's not a conductor at all on the inside. And as you kind of just like, so where's the power? And you're like looking at all of these dead monitors. And on like the roof, you see all of these like miniature electric generators bleeding heat. And as you kind of like, I also see Kaz also having like these multiple views. And as you and everyone else kind of naturally turn to the source of this light, and just like you hear sparking, you just see this humongous gelatinous blob kind of just slurping itself on one of the gantries. And inside of it, you can see like the kind of like what looks to be these sort of white, humongous kind of like security bots. Kind of like twice the size of your Hornet suit, Kaz. And it's slowly like dissolving it as it's just kind of like sitting there and eating the machine.
Oh, that's so unhygienic.
And you, so what do you guys do?
I read the situation.
Go ahead.
All right, how could I end this quickly? How can I get rid of this gelatinous cube?
You're gonna need to lure it into its box again. As you kind of like see that gelatinous kind of like slime kind of like take its way straight to like the bots, and you're gonna need to find something sort of complex and scientific to lure it into the box with.
All right, what here can I use to do that?
You look at Bodkid's very, very new minigun.
I give a sad sigh.
You could also use your suit, but...
So, I know how to get that thing back into its place, but you won't like how. See? And I look very meaningful towards your laser gun. And you're muted.
He is muted.
Is he even there?
Oh, whoops. I was talking this whole time and I was muted. Fuck. But yeah, Eddie picks it up, and he holds it like it's a baby, and he just says, "You're not destroying her."
It's a her already.
Do not destroy my child.
What if I give you a better toy?
but I like my toy.
Damn it. I already congratulated him on that thing.
I know, right?
Alright, then I will be bait if that thing is more important to you than my life. Fine.
Oh wait, were we gonna use? Oh wait, were we just gonna make this thing fire a lot?
No.
Well, that would certainly attract its attention.
Well, yeah.
Hold
I
on,
mean, yeah,
wait,
that's the start of it.
Oh wait, were they just gonna have fucking Eddie throw the fucking thing?
I mean, it would be, I think, the easiest to just throw your laser gun into the box and just like close the gap when that thing is in there, but we can make it complicated.
Yeah, if we really want to make this into D&D, we can roll up characters and spend an hour on how we're gonna get the gelatinous cube back in the box.
Oh. Actually, Eddie just looks at it. He looks at the box, or looks at the Jello cube. Looks at Kaz, then back at the gun, and just fucking throws that bitch.
You just yeet it into the cage.
He just yeets it. He's like, yeah, I'll get another one.
Well, roll me freak to yeet it into the cage.
Yeet it. Hey, question. Since I've never used the gun, can I roll
Yes,
no
you can use. No powers are not near me of no training. No. I'm sorry, my face is on my desk right now. Okay. You yeet it. For great justice, it lands perfectly in.
Eddie once again says, bullseye.
As you kind of like do it towards the reader, and she does it like back to you.
Oh my god.
And it fires off a couple of rounds, which makes the blob kind of do like this really quick 360, like faster than you've ever seen it before. And then it kind of like, it's what kind of like pops up and down, and like kind of like makes these kind of like as it kind of like just goes back into the cage. And it just starts munching, and like it just starts dissolving the mini traveler.
It's in the cage thing. I'm not really sure what I can do in this situation.
Close the cage.
I didn't
You
know
can
if it was like
close
an
the
automated
cage.
thing you had or something.
It was not. There's no power in this part of the facility.
Okay, so yeah, I'll move to close it.
Yeah, so I'll say thanks to Stomp.
Blatant abuse of abilities.
You know what? I didn't let you have your drone, so I hope I'll let you have these. So, you kind of just close the door and do this kind of like mad like submarine thing of the handle, and it sure enough locks. And as soon as like it just, we kind of like see just this like the cube just start kind of like growing like really freaking brightly. And Traveler, you're kind of like flash for a second before you can like get like your arm above your eyes, and and you have so are you, Bodkid. Hornet, you have to turn the gamma basically on
Yeah.
the cameras down to 0 to not be blinded. But you can see it as just this kind of, it like regulates itself finally, and we kind of just see like the gelatin monster just kind of like grow to like fit the cube, and then like we see in the middle of it this like small like going near the speed of going at the speed of light, this small ball of energy in the middle of it, and energy starts machines start turning on, and air conditioning is back on, and you look to the front of the door, and outside, kind of like outside, like where you and Hornet and Bodkid are, a kind of like compartment in the wall opens, and then there's sunglasses.
There's what?
Yeah.
Sunglasses
No.
to not permanent eye damage from the generator.
Yeah. Well, probably use them then.
Yeah. I
Pass
get
on.
them for the 2, and as I hand them over to Eddie and say, Eddie, I'm very proud of you.
Eddie just. Eddie looks like he has the most bittersweet smile on his face because on one hand he's did a good, on the other hand he lost his baby.
Yes, we may not have been able to have succeeded here had you not created that.
Eddie
you know
just
what?
says, and in reply to that he says, "That's why I'm the DIY hero."
You know what? You deserve this, and I think I hand Eddie one of my gloves from my power armor.
Eddie just looks at it, and he just very calmly says, "What does this do?"
Shoot beams of non-specific energy blasts.
Eddie just very calmly. Wait, is it for his which hand is it for?
Whatever hand you want, you have to have free choice.
Oh, okay. Eddie puts it on his non-dominant hand because he has to shoot still. And
Yeah.
as he puts it on, he just says, "Oh, hell yeah."
You earned it.
Eddie is significant. Eddie is just fucking going through shit for no powers and not nearly enough training right now.
You were making it rain in the gadget and armature section.
Yep.
And
Hey,
so,
remember that time we did that one fight and I literally had fucking 7 things lined up for no powers and not nearly enough training?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, so I guess I rewire the energy to all the stations that Mr. Johnson's wanted it to.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple enough. You're able to like put it in Japanese after going through the language section, and then using like the smudges on the computer screen, you're able to like figure out the person's password. And sure enough, you route power, and the one bot that was already disattached kind of like razorly comes on, and it kind of just brings up, because guess what else it has on its right arm is a minigun, and it raises it towards Traveler.
Sorry, I was distracted. What's aiming a gun at me?
The security bot that's half eaten and half melted.
Oh,
Eddie just very calmly. Can Eddie do a meme here?
Sure.
So this is gonna be no powers, not nearly enough training. He just raises his new energy blaster hand and just shoots the fucking gun.
Yep, go for it. Traveler, would you like to assist?
yeah. Seeing the blast going, or seeing the aim kind of being off, maybe, or something like that. Like, I moved to get out of the way of it coming, or not even that. I just moved to get out of the way, and I like slightly nudge him, moving his aim over so he is slightly off because of the new, not used to it, and so it makes it on
Yep.
target.
So with that kind of like small nudge, Eddie, your blast hits directly on through the head, and then it kind of just slumps to the floor.
Eddie just looks down at the thing and kind of holds his wrist as if it hurt a little bit, and he just says, "This thing's got a lot more kick than I thought."
Yep. Not sparing on energy blast. Well, I guess we have to rewire security as well.
How it absolutely demolishes that security bot.
It's pretty fucking demolished, and it's also pretty grody.
Nice. You said it had a gun.
What? Yeah.
Can Eddie take that gun?
No.
Oh.
Unlike the other suit, which was basically it being pristine, this one is sort of half melted, and
Aw.
you were able to take it down because it was kind of like half digested by the goo power beast, or the goo creation.
I think I calm Mr. Johnson again over that radio frequency.
I go, and yeah, he kind of chirps back and goes, Johnson.
So, first of all, power's on again. Second of all, why do you power all of this with a gelatinous electric cube?
You're gonna notice in the room there, Kaz, that there's no cooling mechanism, right?
Yes.
I basically have a nuclear energy creator without none of the fun.
You made it a sentient monster. We will after this. We will have to talk a little bit about your interior.
My what?
The interior of your base and how inefficient it works.
I mean, inefficient, sure, but it works, and on second of all, it's hard to turn against us.
Yeah, because it goes against everything else.
Exactly.
And anywho,
fight the establishment, and he kind of clicks off.
Wait, before you go, we're heading to security and we're rewiring the bots so they fight actually on our side.
As much as I would love that, can you head to R&D?
All right. I
And
think
legal, then R&D.
I think Bodkid will be happy about that. All right.
Yeah, I need you to basically set that compartment to self-destruct.
R&D or the legal?
R&D was where their escape portal was.
Ah, okay.
Eddie just... Wait, they're asking Eddie to do that? Or
all of us?
No, I'm just saying Eddie will be happy that we go to R&D next.
Oh, definitely.
Right, heading to R&D.
Alright, I'll try to reroute Fire Team Alpha just in case you need any.
Alright.
We bring up the map quest and continue our journey.
Yep, unfold the piece of paper after having folded it exactly 8 times so that it fits squarely in your pocket.
Also, damn you for the Cracker Barrel ad. I'd been wanting an apple dumpling all week anyway.
Oh, you don't want a Cracker Barrel dumpling. I'm sorry, folks, but it's gotten worse in the year.
The dessert one?
I mean, just Cracker Barrel in general.
No.
In any case, we're gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
Sad truth of chain restaurants. To which you guys kind of like skip down the hall, and you guys make your way winding. At some points, it feels like you're going upside down. At other times, you go through like these very long stone spiral staircases. All of which you can hear the echoes of fighting and cries throughout the facility, and you manage to get to this little room, and on top of it is this kind of like little like sign, like in a hospital, and it points legal in the direction, and you hear screams of pain.
Oh shit. Yeah, heading down there.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
you guys race down the hallway. And the team kind of just braces themselves as they kind of breach through the door, and we just see one of like just one of them holding like a hand with like just a paper cut across his palm, and he's just screeching, and the other guy just goes, "Dude, calm down, Jesus fucking Christ, just calm down. It's a paper, Jesus, hold on." And like he just has to like basically like kind of like make his way out of the desk made purely of rock and roller Funko Pops.
I forgot about it. Yeah, the whole thing is full of Funko Pops.
Oh god, I forgot about that too.
I was wondering if we were going to open the door and it was just going to pour out.
And they look to you and go, "Oh, thank God!" And they realize, like, they see Bodkid and go, "Never mind."
I want to open up a portal, like next to them, not underneath them or anything, back to Johnson's office to try to get him to safety.
Roll savior.
Wow.
Ooh.
Is this how Eddie dies?
Buried
Drowning
by
in his
Funko
own.
Pops.
Drowning in his own image.
His own untrademarked image.
Yeah.
No. The answer, luckily, is no. And
It all falls out and it's just like knee height.
Yeah, it is kind of like up to your shins, and like you kind of like see the portals kind of like fizzle and pop, and you're not able to get it this.
Yeah, once I can't connect to where I'm trying to, I just let it drop.
Yeah. And they just kind of look to you and they kind of like go into like their drawers, and they kind of arm themselves with these kind of like kind of like laser pistols, and their other hands they kind of like just pull up these kind of like plastic rock and roller like guitar truncheons.
Okay, you two stay back. We have to head to R&D and then we head back to Johnson's office.
Well, we ain't staying here.
Yeah, I don't intend that. You have to go with us to R&D first.
And they look to each other and goes, like, and the guy kind of just shrugs and goes, "Works for us."
Alright, cool. Stay behind us and keep your heads down.
Yeah, and you can just see these, like, two men. Very tired, haggard. Their suits look like they've been through the dry cleaners way too many times. Bags under their eyes. As they kind of leave the room, and then the one guy goes, "Can I finally do it, Jim?" And he goes, "Yes, Bob, you can." And the guy just pulls out like just this like little capsule with like this bright orange thing, and he just hurls it into the room as the Legal just starts burning. And he just closes the door.
Is Bob? Is Bob an ANCAP?
What?
Is Bob an ANCAP?
What do you mean, ANCAP?
Anarcho-capitalist.
Anarcho-capitalist.
Just hates his job.
I don't know how to answer that question. I haven't thought about his character in that much depth. I'll leave it in your hands, how you see that.
Bob is definitely an anarcho-communist.
And so, does the two of them look like they've been freed from like all of their weight and anxiety? And they look to you kids and they go, "We're ready to meet our God."
You just have one panel of slowly melting rock and roller Funko Pop staring at them judgingly. They leave.
Oh, they close the door immediately after throwing that
Yeah,
grenade
yeah.
to allow nothing of the sort.
Alright, yeah, I'm heading to R&D with the two.
And so you guys make your way and you get into R&D and on like once again, the only one I think who's been here has been Bodkid.
What?
Maybe Traveler.
Had Bodkin been brought to R&D before?
Yes, he has.
Yeah. He built all.
He
the
spent
shit.
basically a week here.
Oh, that's right, he did the drone.
Not the drone, his arrows.
No, yeah, the arrows and the new suit. He got the drone before he was even in the Illuminati.
Gotcha. I don't think I had.
I wouldn't have a reason since I have my own workshop.
In any case, we see the Grand Workshop just on fire in several different locations, and between the firefight between Conquistador, we see the Cyclops in his lab coat just stained like red, and like we just see him slumped up against the wall, just heaving breath. And across the other side of the room is to the surprise is both Blinko thugs armed with whatever the hell they could find in this place. Some armed with these weird grenades that pulse with energy, another guy's just twirling like this weird wand that ends up like having throwing daggers at the end of it. A couple of them are trying to march with these kind of different weird full-on boarding shields. And behind them with kind of like these weird bats and truncheons is soldiers from the Anachronism army. What do you guys do?
Assess the situation.
Cry.
The
cry thing
roll
was a
assess.
joke. Eddie's not crying.
Alright.
Two questions.
Who is in greatest danger?
Who's in the greatest danger?
Yeah.
The Cyclops.
Alright.
He is wounded really badly.
Who is the biggest threat?
The biggest threat would be a divided mix between Conquistador and the weird Tetsudo that's marching towards him.
I look to Traveler and Eddie and say, you guys keep them busy and I get the Cyclops out of here and then join you guys. Does that sound good?
The Traveler nods, and I'd like to roll before we get started.
Eddie is not taking up that. Eddie's just gonna say, I can get that Cyclops out of here.
Alright. Give him this here and I gonna use one of my gadgets and give him like an instant medikit stuff.
Yeah, roll. Give me that roll to see how well it works or how well it's going to work when applied.
Yep.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Pretty much.
All right.
It will get him going, but not too far, so just get him somewhere safe, okay?
And like the legal guys kind of like look to you and like look to the giant and go, "We're gonna help with him."
All right.
I forgot. From last session, I apparently have 5 potential. Whatever.
Oh, solid.
You can catch
that in whenever.
Yeah. I'll wait until it's stupid to do it.
Of course, and it's probably gonna be a moment of truth, isn't it, kid?
Probably not, honestly.
Really interesting.
That's what I took when I got my advantage earlier on, or my advancement.
Yeah, I'm only one away from the advancement.
No, it's gotta be a moment where locking mundane at 3 will make sense.
Okay. So
You got this, Eddie.
He's got this.
and the
so
two
first
legal
off-
guys before the plan springs into action just look to him and go, "We've got this."
We've got this. Eddie just
You're
clenches the. Eddie takes the crossbow in one hand, and he just holds the fucking glove of murder energy in the other hand. He's the. Hold on, you know what Eddie's? Hold on. I just realized this is what Eddie is right now. This is what Eddie is right now, dude.
Huh?
I'm assuming
is
he's gonna
Eddie
post a
right-
picture or something.
This is
Oh.
Eddie right now. He just placed the gun with a crossbow, and that's Eddie.
Yup. I accept this.
Canon.
So first off, Edson is gonna roll a straight up creeping. Just
Okay.
gonna roll that fatty.
Yep.
Oh,
You get one
shit,
question.
That's as good as you is. Anyway, I only really need one question.
Yeah.
How could we best end this quickly? Make it as vague as you'd like.
How can you best end this quickly?
Mm.
Well, they're unpowered. So if you basically disrupt their organization and whatever plan they have, which seems to be just suppressing fire and charging Conquistador through the Tetsudo, if you can break that, then they'll probably fall apart easy under the weight.
Nice. Hey, Cryan,
Yeah,
what here is worth grabbing?
everything.
Perfect. Give me one item that would help very well in this situation.
It looks like your prototype arrows have been kind of like manufactured along with a bow that looks strangely like the crossbow you're like looking at, but is a bow.
Nice. Eddie's
Like
gonna
a
make
hunting bow times 2.
Eddie's gonna make a. Wait, is it like a fucking compound bow kind of thing?
Kinda. What's
Rad.
Let me look
It's
up
the
a
bow where
compound
it's got like the wheels on the side. So you
Oh
can
hell yeah!
Perfect. So what I'm hearing here, what kind of bows was Eddie getting? I remember there was a. Oh shit! I know exactly what the fuck's going down here. Actually, what kind of arrows were they? I can't remember what the 3 were.
Smoke, rope, and EMP.
smoke. Oh shit! I thought it was an EMP. Let's go! Eddie's gonna make a beeline for that shit and run for the air and make a beeline for that shit.
All right, so roll freak to avoid Overwatch fire.
Oh hey, can I roll second domitition?
That's for directly engaging.
Oh shit! Damn it. Well, at least I get that. At least
You can
does
get
this
the
count
plus
for the
one.
I do get the +1. This is gonna go poorly, by the way.
Yeah.
God damn it! Eddie dies.
You get punched from your feet at a couple of laser bolts, and one kind of beanbag round smacks into you. Roll to take a powerful blow.
Oh,
Can I-
nice. Guess what?
can
I
I
have
put-
0 conditions. This is gonna be fatty.
I was wondering if I can protect him.
God!
Oh shit.
Huh. Well, I'll say you guys can spend 2 team to lower it to a 9.
Oh no, buddy. Actually, you want to? If you will lower to a 9, I know exactly what's going down, boys.
I mean, like lasers and stuff like that coming at them. Obvious response would be portals to try to redirect some of them.
And I give him cover fire as he runs.
All right. Eddie goes, I'm gonna save the Cyclops with the med kit, runs immediately for the middle of the room. Not where the Cyclops is, classic.
Yep.
Gets
God,
pitched from his
man.
feet. You guys take 2. What happened?
He's gonna struggle and get past that pain, and
Yep.
he's gonna mark that fatty angry and that nice insecure.
Yep, so you like kind of move through the pain as you kind of like grab the arrows and the bow,
All right.
and you kind of struggle yourself into cover. And the legal guys go, aren't we supposed to help the Cyclops?
Eddie, Wall pulling out an EMP arrow just says, "I am helping the Cyclops."
Alright, well, none of us had super strength anyway, Ed. Of course, Bob, but you know. And
Anyway.
so, Kaz, Traveler.
Oh, damn it! I was about to do something meme.
I know, but you've had enough.
Damn.
Well, you
Kaz
want to
and
go
Traveler.
first, Traveler?
Traveler knows exactly what's going down.
Let's see. That really would. Before we get started, wouldn't it work since the fight started now? Yeah, I mean we've got a bunch of random thugs and stuff up there, right? With the blinkos and the anachronisms and all that.
Yep.
I would like to drop a portal underneath myself to appear over them and basically drop down on top, just going to town with like a flurry of blows.
Roll me that sweet directly engage as you doom drop on top of them.
I would like to use myself as the distraction to create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay. So, as kind of like there's a small disruption as kind of like Traveler gets kind of like eaten up by the Tetsuda. Kaz, they stop their advance.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Conquistador's making a way for like kind of like finally like unloading his gun, or kind of like reaching into his pouch for a gadget. What do you do?
I think I shoot Conquistador
You shoot Conquistador.
with an energy blast.
Wasn't he?
out of my...
Wasn't Conquistador a good guy?
Yes.
Yeah, Conquistador's on our side. You're shooting him.
Oh, Conquistadors are on our side.
C.
Okay, then I shoot a fox that in the midst Traveler's now in, I guess.
All right, roll me directly engage +1. And
Alright.
Traveler, roll me take a powerful blow. As you kind of get slapped with truncheons and kicks, and they remember everything about you. Wow, these zero condition folk aren't really working out.
Oh fuck.
Okay. Okay. So, Traveler, what's gonna be your choices?
Well, I guess giving ground or giving them an opportunity, basically.
How much do we have? Any team left, or is that all gone already?
There's 4 team left.
Oh, okay.
And then,
Hey, do you want me to knock that down to a 9?
I mean, that's up to you.
I don't really think you're in the thing for helping since you have to struggle through your own pain.
Bet.
And then I will struggle past the pain, and at this point I am pretty fucking angry at this whole situation. And I haven't been quite as useful as I hoped with my skills and abilities, so I'll go ahead and mark insecure.
Solid. Kaz, you take return fire from the guys in the back as they notice you now.
Okay.
And while you ineffectually, the boarding shields kind of like turn their way to block your shot. which makes your attack ineffectual. They don't realize Conquistador is rolling this kind of weird tube into one of the two barrels of his.
Take a powerful blow.
C. As lasers, bullets, and
Ugh.
electricity strike out at your suit. Holy shit, guys. Okay. Stop.
Everybody dies. Everybody dies.
Let's see.
I said
Holy
it was going to be a sad
Christ.
session. And what did Aquaman say?
Okay, I think I'd take 2 from 7 to 9.
That's the worst pep talk like ever.
I give ground as I have to like back down a bit and maybe go into cover. And I
Yep.
think I scream out actually to Bodkid and just shout. And I shouted to Bodkid saying, "You got this, kid." And now he lets us down like this because he has to retrieve his toys.
Ooh. Bodkid, take a condition.
Take a condition from that.
Yep.
Wait, really?
Wait. What do you? Well, you're not provoking him to do anything.
I probably like.
I mean, don't give that would provoke Bodkid.
Okay, I think I shout out, "God damn it, Bodkid, can you do something else but getting shot at?"
I mean, I could see that provoking Bodkid
Yeah,
to take
now
a foolhardy
that's
action.
provoking.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
that's
I already
better.
know exactly what we are.
Bodkid, you are hard-lined into a retaliating.
We all know exactly what he's going to do.
Roll suck it Dalmatian and describe me how you're retaliating.
Hey, question: can I run no powers, not nearly enough training instead?
No, you're doing suck it Dalmatian.
God damn it. You know what I do get though? Do I still get that +1 since I'm acting on that?
No.
Damn.
This is forced kind of endeavor as you kind of cramp into
Damn.
style and.
All right, watch this. Eddie's just gonna fucking stand up, knock that EMP arrow and loose it right at whatever the biggest thing is. Fuck you.
Okay, let's do this. Okay. Good. So you shoot the arrow at this kind of weird mine. And it plunks itself right in the middle of it, digs into punches through the armor, and it just we kind of just see it kind of just shudder, and suddenly a small sound goes epilepsy warning. As just it kind of looks like all those old sea mines, and then all the prongs just start shooting out of it, and it's just chaff. As we're probably some people looking onto it, except Traveler, who's down on the ground getting curb stomped. It's going to get some permanent eye damage. As just this as just all this storms and aluminum and metal just on fire, blazing, just launch themselves into the air in every single direction, blinding everyone in the room. The guns fall silent as just we can hear one guy go, "My eyes! My fucking eyes!" And he goes, "What do you mean, my eyes? My hair's on fire!" And the gun line is disrupted. And as you kind of just duck back in until you kind of just duck back into cover as just trying to just get the little light starting to as you also try to just refocus yourself from the blinding lights as it still just goes on for 30 seconds. Traveler,
Can
The
Eddie
kicking
can Eddie
stops.
please verbally retaliate now?
Yes.
Eddie just after all of that slowly starts to calm down. He just screams, "Is that fucking good enough?"
I stand corrected! I shout from somewhere in my cover.
That feel when you get fucking outplayed by the guy with no goddamn powers.
Yeah. So Traveler, they stop kicking you.
And right, so but they're still all around me, on top of me, basically.
Sort of. Bodkid's little maneuver has disrupted them.
So seeing, like, even though I was underneath, I'd be able to see how bright everything got. If they're needed, I would still have the sunglasses from down below, probably. If I put those on to see if I have to.
You would. You can also just see like the kind of like as you like kind of like you have this heavy shadow underneath you.
Okay.
As you kind of like just struggle onto like your hands and knees, and you like throw the sunglasses on, and you're able to just see perfectly.
How many are around me? How far around me? That sort of thing.
You're in a block of 4 by 3 men and 2 women.
All right, so gonna drop down low again and try to basically pour destructo disc, like, to incapacitate them by probably taking their feet or something.
Well, danger.
Yeah. If they strike back, I'll take it.
I'll say they can't strike back due to the nature of how well Bodkid did. Well, actually, no. There's gonna be some people still falling on top of you. And as you kind of like are you ready as you're like ready yourself for like the retaliation blows, as they're all just kind of like as all their feet are just cauterized away and they're just screaming, they just quickly, I'm gonna take away a team, as the 2 legal agents with sunglasses on just kind of like standing in that Pulp Fiction pose, just use their pistols just to shoot out anybody that's still awake.
All right.
And you get protected as now these unconscious bodies without feet, like as if kind of toys, or like they were like action figures that had their feet popped, materialize on top of them. The feet are bleeding. Weirdly, the bodies aren't. And with that, kind of like we see Conquistador pop over his own table with his, like, he always has been wearing sunglasses with that ridiculously wide brimmed hat he has, and we just hear this humongous boom as the gun line finally, like, we just hear this clatter, and just there's just a lot of just like electricity coursing through them, and it's just that classic like zzz, as they're all seized by this humongous net and just tumble to the ground. Oh.
I start pulling myself out from underneath the pile of bodies.
Yup.
Looking around to see if allies are all standing or accounted for, or safe.
There are a couple of scientists. Some have been clubbed to the side. There is a couple unfortunate few who will not be seeing their the next day, and as well as some of the security guards as well.
If there's no other threats, I would like to try to do the portal to Johnson's office to get the survivors out of there.
Okay, you can roll me a savior again for that.
Nope.
As you kind of still feel this like weird disruption at the end of the line.
Yeah.
And
Everybody else good?
No,
Yeah, somewhat alive.
Oh, is it? And he's gonna stand up, like peek over the cover. He has an arrow is about to be knocked, and then he's like, "Is it over?"
For now.
And he just like slowly puts it away, and then he lowers the bow, and he just says, like he pauses for a second, like he's trying to think of something to say, and then he says, "Oh shit, the Cyclops!" And then he runs over and tries to pulls out the medkit.
Yeah, and so as you do that, kind of like the Cyclops like looks at you, priming the bandages and the healing rays, and he just kind of like raises a hand weakly and goes, "Enough of that."
I looked
Wait,
at.
what do you mean?
No.
I'm already too far.
No, buddy. Don't do me like that.
It's fine. I've lived for millennia.
No. And he's like legitimately starting to get visibly upset by this.
And Conquistador kind of rises up slowly to like his full height. He's 7 feet tall and kind of lanky, and he like makes his way over and he looks to the Cyclops. And he goes, "Sorry I didn't get here fast enough." And the Cyclops also just kind of waves him off. And Eddie, you're applying the healing and it's staunching the bleeding, but there is a lot of damage.
Eddie tries his best. He just starts fucking like aggressively trying to apply bandages.
Roll me comfort and support.
Comfort and support. That's not a good one right now.
Roll it.
Where is comfort and support? Oh. Oh, okay.
Can I help you? Can I help him?
Yeah.
Yes, I see kind of Eddie being desperate. Kind of like step beside him, say, "All right, Jarvis, load up the first aid
Oh,
programs."
does that mean I get to clear a condition?
Yes.
Cool. Clear and insecure.
And as you kind of roll that away, he kind of just coughs up blood and goes, "I can't feel my legs."
All right, let's get him out of here. Then I blow up this place to high heaven so they can't get out of here anymore.
And he
Well, there's that
is
and there's
trying
the
his best to
inventions.
wrap up all the wounds, and he's just like, "You're not gonna fucking die on me."
Already that attached to me. Oh, the folly of my youth! The scent of lemon.
I don't know what that means, but you're not gonna fucking die on me.
Well, I guess it would be lamb in my case.
All right, he gets it delusional. Let's just get him out of here.
Yeah, and he's like, the pain meds are starting to go in, and he kind of like goes, "Conquistador, the office," and he goes, "You want it now?" And the Cyclops just nods and like he goes, "It's probably godly vinegar." And just the Cyclops just continues nodding.
I have no idea what they're talking about, but I'm kind of hungry now.
And we kind of just see like Conquistador work in his giant's office, and like he has to kind of like reach over his head into the desk, and he pulls out this like kind of like wineskin, this beautiful leather wineskin, and it has an O on it.
Oscorp.
And it brings it all the way over. He brings it to the Cyclops and goes, "All right, me and the legal kids, we're gonna get him out of here." And like the radio chips up and goes, "Calamity, Johnson to Calamity.
Yes.
Listen, Fire Team Alpha got routed halfway between you. They're getting crushed on both sides they're getting hunted down by that stupid ass wizard. Also, something else is going after them. A woman in black they keep calling after.
Madam Nix?
No, Madam Nix is working. We got as soon as you can confirm that R&D burnt. We're going to Xville towards the chapel.
Alright, going there too. We just stocking up on stuff and then I blow this place to smithereens.
Alright, see you there, Calamity. And you kind of like hear a shotgun blast go off. Johnson out.
Can I, before we blow it up, can I roll and assess as I look around the R&D lab?
Yes. What are you looking for?
Primarily, what here can I use to be the equivalent or better of the adrenaline shots I've come to know and love? Are there any sort of STEM prototypes in here?
You do find one stim prototype underneath Shroudhound.
I didn't realize he was in here.
Everyone's been in here at one point in there.
Well, no, I thought you meant like under his body or something.
No. I mean, like, there's a table.
Oh, like his table or something.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I take that.
Chemistry stat, and there's one vial.
If there's an injector or anything else, I take it. If not, I just take the vial.
There's that as well. It looks to be kind of like almost pistol sized.
Yeah, I load it up and just tuck away the device.
And
I guess technically I have another one, so how best can we end this quickly, as in what looks like it would blow up the biggest to like set everything off?
So there is underneath the hero there's this old table, this very old machinery workshop table in the corner. It has basically outdated drill works and munitions on it, and on like the little while everyone else kind of like has this like computer touch display, this one just kind of like has like this metal stamping, and it just says Sherman, like 1890 to 1942.
Seeing the munitions and whatnot, I call out to.
And on top of it is the mother of all artillery.
Mother of all what?
Artillery shells.
No. I call out to Kaz. I go, this should be useful.
Oh yeah, that will do.
And as you guys kind of time it down to the last second, Kaz, you just send one kind of like rocket as the door closes.
But before I do that, I want to restock a little bit.
You're able to restock.
Yeah. All right, cool.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You grab a couple just widgets and gadgets from various tables.
Yeah, just stick them to my suit.
Yep. Figure out what they do later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So you gain the one gadget, and we kind of like cut back to that kind of like rocket as you guys time it down to the last second, and just as you kind of just see Conquistador look as you're just using Sherman's like humongous like it wasn't 1942, it's 1944. Sorry, 1942 is way too soon. 1944 and 1945 would be way more accurate. Well, 1942 couldn't work. In any case, the entire like lab explodes as just it hits more munitions and more and more and more. and Conquistador just kind of like pops up his hat with, and he goes, he would have loved that.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Kind of nod, I guess,
Yep.
along.
Did I add him in? I don't. Maybe. Blinko, Boba, Chosen, Spanish War Superhero. Oh, yep. Yep, he's in my superhero rogues textbook. Which got turned into super tiny text. So yeah, he's in there. Oh, Sherman. And you just look and you just see this like weird kind of like you know how the quantum realm worked with all those like mixing colors and nebulousness.
Yeah.
That is what you are looking at too through these like armored windows.
Nice.
Huh.
And as he kind of like hears the hum from Bodkid and goes, "Yep, we put this thing in a fucking pocket dimension." Any case,
And he just kind of blindly looks around for a second. He just like says, I'm not even surprised anymore.
That's healthy. Become jaded. It'll help you adapt easier.
It's gonna be really hard to go back home after this.
And he looks to like Cyclops and goes, "Yes, it will."
Anywho, we still have some supervillain butts to kick, so we should go.
All right, I wish you luck. And as you once again kind of like make you like Johnson gave you like an approximate area. It's by the mess hall, where apparently a lot of survivors were kind of like hunkering down. And you guys continued down the hallway, and you basically get into the mess hall, and it's just complete and devoid of light. Like even you try to like pierce the like darkness with like your lights, and it doesn't work. And you just kind of like see Crossfire just kind of like dive at you, and just like she just reaches her hand up, just desperation. Like half of her domino mask has been destroyed. She's bleeding. Like one of her feet are pointing in just the absolute wrong direction.
Ooh.
And she like looks and she just sees that it's you. That the Calamity goes, "Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God!" And she just, like behind her, just this like portal opens, and we kind of just see Bruja just screaming as like we see Sveno Shafi like look to like at Bodkid and then you guys and go, "So you're the ones who stole him from me, alongside this bitch." Good.
Wait,
And she kind of like goes to grab Crossfire.
Can I defend?
Yes, you can.
Can I defend?
Yes, you can.
Nice.
One person roll defend.
Oh, well, damn it. I got beat.
How do you roll superior for defend?
Oh.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, never
Oh.
mind. That's something else. Hey, that's pretty
Okay.
good.
So, Bodkid, being the mess you are, you kind of just like throw out just a quick jab, stun her in the nose, and just Bruja just kind of like she like kind of recoils. Bruja kind of like just screech, and she like kind of just like knocks at her knee, and like the portal cuts out again.
Who was that?
And the portal drops and like Crossfire just like looks just kind of just sighs and like kind of like just makes herself sit up and like cocks an arrow. She goes, I have no fucking idea, but she is terrifying.
I go over to
Eddie's gonna cock an arrow as well.
I go over to Bruja and just like,
She's not there.
oh, okay.
She was on the other side of the portal with.
Oh, okay. Anything else in the room? Like, can we see anything?
No. It's like everything has been turned into like nothing.
Who was Prua again? Was it
That was
his
Sam's
sister?
girlfriend.
Oh. And she's attacking us?
No, the woman in black was torturing Bruja and saying we took him from her, so this is about Sam. That was in character.
Yeah, and she just like looks to you and goes, "You like, how did you piss her off?"
Sounds like her problem was with Sam, but she blames us.
She just kind of sighs and goes, "Jesus Christ."
She's probably a god or something like it as well.
And at that, there's just cackling laughter as you kind of hear just a guy screaming, and he's just like, you just see like this small kind of like flare through like the top of like the cafeteria, and he just hits the wall, and then he just basically the door you came out of it just crumples behind you, and we just see Sunspot kind of just arm dislocated and now unconscious. Full on Yamcha position.
So the room exists, it's just completely black. Is that the situation with the cafeteria where she was?
And Crossfire just notices that, like, he goes, yeah, that's it. Every single thing is still there, except we can't see it, but she can't. She came in with some kind of bowl and weighed it down. We managed to take care of the lizard, but by then the darkness was already there, and oh god, she just started picking us off.
Can Eddie try something?
Yeah.
They can see the cafeteria, right? Or
They?
am I misunderstanding something?
Who do you mean by they?
I mean, like the party.
We can see like the entry into the cafeteria, but it's all black.
Yeah, you can see like maybe 5 feet in front.
Okay, we can see the entry into the cafeteria. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Of which behind you is now Sunspot, and in front of you, sitting at your feet, is Crossfire.
Can Eddie try like shooting one of the little plasma or the non-specific energy? Can he try shooting a little bit of that into there and seeing if it ignites it at all, or illuminates it rather?
Oh, no powers and not nearly enough training.
Nice. I'll take it. Miss? Oh, that's a full hit.
Okay. So as you kind of like pop open like a weird flamethrower, and you just douse it into the middle of the kind of like where like you just kind of like do a widespread and vaguely at what people would like as the players would remember Traveler, you remember being the middle. There's just, you see this bowl light up, and from it as the fire hits, this pillar of green fire is now continuously spurting from it. And from it there looks to be some kind of lost soul coming out. Or lost souls.
Is it lighting up the cafeteria?
This just got demonic.
Traveler and Kaz.
Magic bullshit, of course.
Yeah, perhaps we can destroy the bowl.
The only thing that you can destroy is your chances of living if you don't leave soon.
Do we just hear that through the darkness?
Yep.
Does the green flame light up anything at all, or we just see the flame in the middle of the darkness and that's it?
You can see the flame in the middle and basically like a 10-foot radius around.
Okay, so
She
we can
is not
see.
within it.
So we can see the bowl though. So
Yes.
I just go for the bowl, and I throw a Destructo Disc portal directly at the bowl to try to like portal it in half.
Roll me a freak. So, as you kind of like go to dissect the portal, you kind of like there's just you see it, and there's this weird glimmer around the bowl that kind of just slices through the flame, and it puts it out before one soul comes from. And now you can see like it has like this faint little lantern, and like on its like in its left hand and in its right, it just has this chain.
The soul that got out does.
Yes. But the bowl was still intact.
So it didn't do anything. Got it.
No Cereba.
Can Eddie try hitting it with the
No,
plasma thing?
wait.
No, it
I have
has.
something, I
It's
have something.
Hornet's
Oh.
turn.
Oh, okay.
You know, bitch, I don't need to see. I don't need to use my eyes to see you. And I think I used some of the gadgets, and I'm gonna hook up my helm camera, my helm sensors with what's it called? What bats use to
Sonar.
Oh, sonar.
sonar? Yeah.
Well, no. Okay, so that's a myth. Bats also use eyesight, but sonar also I think plays a bit into their side.
So echolocation, basically, though.
Yeah. So I don't need to use my eyes to see her.
Okay. Roll me freak or roll me the gadget.
Yep. Ooh. Okay.
Temporary unstable or market condition.
I mark a condition because I'm kinda, let's say, afraid.
Okay.
This is spooky, and this is magic, and I hate magic.
Yeah. And you're able to latch on to like Bruha's sounds of struggling. She's literally holding her by her hair now. You like see her, and she's like 20 feet off the ground, like dangling Bruha by her hair.
Can I save her?
Yes.
All right.
Roll Sager. Or directly engage.
Can someone help?
I'm trying to think of how Eddie could help.
I probably shouted. I got her. She's over there.
Oh, I know how Eddie's helping. I know how Eddie's helping already.
Okay. Traveler, did you have any plan to?
Are they trying to pull Bruja out specifically?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah, if he wants to help
Eddie's
with his
gonna
rope
shoot a
arrows.
rope arrow and just straight up try to fucking hit her and pull her out.
With like a plunger.
Yeah,
No,
he's
with,
got
like,
he's got an actual like proper arrow for this shit now.
You're gonna hit her with an arrow.
Oh shit! Wait, no, I don't have a plunger. Oh fuck! Yeah, I forgot it doesn't have the plunger head. Shit, that won't work actually. Fuck. Yeah, Eddie's just gonna try to hit. Oh wait.
Well then I tell.
Oh, wait, no, I know what
Traveler
I know what he can
make
do.
a-
I know what he can do. This will work just perfectly because Kaz still has the sonar vision.
Yes.
Eddie's just gonna straight up hit the general area of them with a smoke bomb or a smoke arrow. Just knock it and hit him with a smoke arrow.
So distracting Steno so that he has a better shot of getting her.
Yep,
It'll do, Batman. It'll do.
it'll do, Batman.
Oh, it'll do, pig.
It'll do.
It'll do. But I said Batman because, all the crazy fucking gadgets that have been going on, so
No, I thought you meant because of the Justice League episode where he got turned into a pig.
Alright, so that's a 7.
You know what? I could also work on that multi-level bullshit, sure.
So that's a 7.
Yep, so it's a 7. So what do you choose?
Odd pig.
I expose myself to danger.
Great. So you manage to like basically like the smoke kind of like dashes, and while Bruja can't even see to teleport away, kind of like Svenno just kind of like uses her one hand to like try and wave as she kind of like digs her feet literally into the wall, and as you kind of like you kind of like just shoot one. Yeah, I remember that. That's the Justice League Unlimited episode, right?
Yeah.
90% sure. Yeah. Okay, I know the episode you're talking about. Any case, uh, sorry, lost my track. You basically use one laser blast, punch, and like use like a jet accelerated elbow into the gut to like knock her loose, catch Bruja, and as you're kind of just starting to fly back exactly where you came, Svenno's gonna use basically one of her villain moves to just leap from behind, grapple you, get an arm around your head, and just start the pile drive you. Roll to take a powerful blow.
All right.
With a +1. Okay, so that's an 8. What option do you choose? As also kind of like do you drop Bruja?
What? You
Do
broke
you
up.
drop Bruja?
I
As you get
definitely
piled.
get. I definitely get Brewer out of in safety first before. Yes.
Well, considering the vendetta.
Well, what now?
Well, she's out of her hands. You got that much. She's out of her hands.
Okay, good.
You drop Bruja as you kind of like focus on like you jet away back towards like where the light, like the lamp is, and towards the lost soul. And you get pile driven into the ground. What option do you choose?
Well, since I'm being pile drived into the ground, I give ground.
Okay. Yeah. So, yep. You get that kind of like prepare for impact, and you just crush yourself through one of the tables, flip, and just continue. Like you basically now there's a space with you and Svenno, and then away from the team and Bruja. Uh,
So, since I haven't actually started fighting her and watching all this, can I roll before we get started?
yes.
Okay, so mark a condition and hold 1.
Okay. Okay. So you start that up, and
I'm kind of feeling guilty because Bruja got caught. Maybe if I was around, it wouldn't have gone that way.
wow, it's almost like you saw the consequences of your action.
No, that's not possible.
It's not possible. I'm not that good of a writer. So yes. You just stand there and wait, and Kaz, as you kind of like struggle to get back up, you're just like, and you just see like Svenno getting ready to just basically like kick you like in the middle of the body and rib. A figure just comes out of it. Just this kind of like weird mix of just fire and sand just like all around her body as she just kind of like just pummels into like her and just tackles her to the ground, and she goes, "Filthy worm! I thought I took care of you." Your usefulness is done, bait. You can go, live, be in the dirt. As she kind of just rips her off and just throws her to the ground. Bodkid. You hear her screaming off in the distance.
Hear Bruja screaming in the distance, or?
Yes. That would. I'll give you that. You can clear that.
All right, awesome. Thank you. I'm trying to clear. I'm trying to clear drives. Fucking. What is Bodkid gonna do? How like in deep is he right now?
What?
How like in deep is Bodkid right now?
Not very much.
Not very much.
You see, Crossfire just basically traumatized by your feet.
All right, fair enough. Shit. I guess Eddie's gonna go for the comfort and support on Crossfire.
Solid.
Solid. All right, gonna roll that. That's mundane, right?
Yep.
Hey, can I run no powers? Technically, I could. It's mundane. Oh, hey, that's a pretty fat roll. That's a pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Roll.
So, what do you say to her?
Fuck. What does Eddie say to her? I guess Eddie's just gonna like crouch down and pretty much how like visibly shaken is Crossfire?
Shook.
Shook?
Tremored.
Tremored. All right.
San Francisco, 1918.
Eddie's literally just gonna crouch down next to her, put his hand on her shoulder, and literally just say, "We've got this."
And you can like just feel her like shaking, kind of like slowly a bit, and she goes, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this." And she like knocks a second arrow.
And Eddie very deliberately just says, "No, you're not saying it for real. Say it to me. We've got this."
And she just looks up to you and just goes, "We got this."
And then he one more time, while he's pulling. Crossbow was the one who gave him the like mini crossbow, right?
Yep.
Eddie's gonna pull over the mini crossbow, hand it to her, and just say, "We've got this."
Okay, you can stop saying it like a goddamn cheerleader now.
Nah, fuck you. Eddie's a god. Don't worry about it.
And so you do that. Travel.
Okay, so what can I see in the room?
The glowing. You can see Sunspot, the glowing box of the ghost making its way towards the sound of Spheno raging. And
I can see Kaz, right? Wasn't he
yeah,
right by the bowl?
huh?
Wasn't Kaz right by the bowl? Can I see him?
Sure, I'll say he's like at the very edge of it. And so you can also see Hayes just kind of like getting pummeled and getting into a wrestling match that she obviously can't win.
Okay, so I can see Steno.
Yeah.
Alright, so I want to inject myself with the stem. I want to use my burn to basically portal directly behind Steno, closing the distance between us. And then moment of truth.
Take it away! I surrender my soul and body to them.
So
Take it away, Penny.
I tell to the others, get out of here, as I open a portal underneath everyone who's not Steno in there, and touch Hayes to get rid of her from my teleport powers, basically move them outside of the room, and I just latch on to Steno from behind like a reverse bear hug kind of thing, and just Traveler just starts glowing with energy, and she's just like, I don't know what this future holds anymore, but you come here again, attack my people, attack what could be my home, what could be family. You threaten those close to me. One thing I know is the future is better without you. As Traveler just erupts into teleportation energy, as beams and beams and beams of it, just pinpoint size, rip through Steno, um, as each one teleporting that part of her body that she hit to a different place. Whether it kills her or not, it separates her into thousands of tiny pieces as there's just a glowing, pixelated teleportation energy residue left behind as there's no sign of Steno or Traveler.
You had that pre-written.
For somebody. I didn't know it'd be for her. I knew that probably how Moment of Truth was going to get used, though. Something like that.
And as the kind of like dusk settles, you kind of just see the room without Traveler.
Eddie just knocks an arrow and looks around, and then after a little bit he just says, "Traveler?"
There is no answer.
Oh fuck! Oh, that bitch knocked me around. What happened? Where's Traveler? Where's that bitch?
She's gone. He says as he just like lowers his arrow and takes it out of the, and then he just like puts his bow on one side with the arrow still in it. He says, "She's gone."
Oh shit!
And yeah, the white returns to the cafeteria as this old ancient bow. Old ancient bow is what remains.
And he's just gonna slowly walk up to the bow. Wait,
Bowl.
is this? Oh, I thought you said bow.
Sorry, that's not a bow. It's a bowl.
Yeah, he's still gonna walk up to it and just kind of kneel down next to it. First, he's gonna poke it with an arrow to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
And he's gonna hazard a poke with his finger. His pinky finger, specifically.
Nothing happens.
And he just looks confused.
What is that bowl?
I don't know, but I think we should just.
I think Eddie is gonna go ahead and. Can I roll straight up creeping?
Yeah.
Mostly, I have one straight up creeping answer I want to ask. I legitimately don't care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I get those like automatically, can I just ask the straight up creeping question?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh wait, no, that's a different thing. Never mind. Yep, that's an 11. That's a 11. So.
As you're like, I mean, she used this to great power, and then there's just, as you hear it, you just hear like 50,000, like you just hear the sound of three old women just start hackling.
Oh no.
And the hair, like your hair on, like the ends of your hair stand on end, and there's just everything deep in your soul that's saying, "Leave it for the love of all we."
Eddie knows. God, I know exactly who those three old women are. Eddie doesn't, but I do. Eddie just very calmly backs away, like kind of starts to point his arrow at the bow, or point his bow at the bowl.
Like, Eddie, before
kind
you
of pulls it back.
Can you throw me that thing?
And Eddie just says, "I'm not fucking touching that."
Okay, good. And I just blast it apart.
You like throw like a charge at it, and it doesn't blow up. It doesn't even move.
Oh, magic bullshit.
I have a couple Actually, I have questions I want to ask for straight up creeping now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, just off of that roll, or do I need to roll again?
No, just off of that roll. I'll give you
Alright,
one more.
ahem. Oh, one more? Okay. Who or what here is not what they seem?
Well, for one thing, that bowl isn't just, it's an indestructible bowl, but it's someone else's bowl. It's not her bowl. She got wind of that, and it's nothing good.
That's a spooky answer. That's a very spooky answer.
All right, Eddie. Just let it there. It seems to be doing nothing for now. We have to get all these people into safety. Then we have to find out what will happen to Traveler. So some magic asshole can take care of that thing.
Eddie just looks at Kaz and says, "I'm not leaving without Traveler."
And like you just see like Hayes kind of like drag herself to you guys, like using like basically like kind of like her psychic powers as like stints, and she looks to you and she goes, "She's not here anymore."
What do you mean? She teleported away, isn't it?
She didn't teleport away. She used everything she had.
What the fuck?
She's not. There's nothing left to her but like an energy signature. There's not. There's a history of an energy signature.
Yeah, I think at that point, Cass kind of takes off the helmet and kind of like rubs his eyes.
Not
God
yet.
damn it.
Not yet. We gotta get out of here. Not yet. Can't
Yeah.
allow it to hit yet. Can't allow the trauma to hit yet.
I know. Just Eddie, come on. These people need help.
Eddie legitimately looks simultaneously like he's about to fucking choke someone and like he's about to fucking cry.
I know, little guy. Just come on. Let's get those people out of here. Otherwise, we have to cry over much more people than her. Please, just get yourself together. Just a little bit more.
The arrow he has in his hand, he literally just clenches down on it so hard it fucking snaps, and then he just says, through gritted teeth, "She's going to come back."
Kind of wordlessly nod. Yeah, sure.
Crosshair just looks to you and goes, "Can I get a leg?"
Yeah, sure.
She says it to Eddie.
Oh.
Yeah, Eddie says we're getting, like, he looks directly at Kaz while he walks over to help Crossfire and just says, "We're getting these people out, and then we're getting Traveler back."
Eddie, I promise you I will do everything that science can do to get her back, but for now, to think about everyone else. That's what Traveler probably wanted.
We're getting everyone else out, and then getting Traveler back.
Yeah, Cass just doesn't answer, just like helps up some people, helps them out.
And as you guys kind of just make your way to the chapel, the fighting is not, and you guys kind of like all of you congregate, wounds wide. There's a pizzeria.
Is this bastards? Or one of us robot?
You're kind of like moving everything out. Cyclops is kind of like being carted away on this like makeshift dredge. Like it's this heavily kind of like Spec Ops a bit, with half strategium, half. And we also see kind of like one of the last ones to go out is Sharpshooter, like he's missing. And as he kind of like limps away, and Johnson goes, "Well, I think that's everybody." And the door bursts open at that. And there's just this creepy, high-pitched laughter and goes, "How did you like it? You stupid, dumb dog. I did it."
Eddie just lifts up the hand with the fucking, like, is Eddie there? Or is this...
Yeah, you guys are like almost.
Eddie just lifts up the hand with the plasma thing on it. With the plasma glove.
Oh no! A beam of energy. I haven't prepared for that in my life ever.
He doesn't stop. He just keeps it up.
Do you know what you did, you stupid cat?
Yeah, ruined your stupid system.
You got people killed.
And he kind of just wicks his paw. Nothing new. And as you kind of like, he just looks like Johnson just looks at the cat and just sighs, and then just looks at the portal and go, "Just get through it."
You wanna let him get through with this?
No, you go through it. I have one last bit of unfinished business.
With that cat?
Oh yeah.
And I look at Eddie. Kinda like, what are you going to do?
Eddie just looks at Kaz and reminds him in no uncertain words that he is not leaving without Traveler.
You know what, bastard? You know energy blast, but you don't know these energy blasts. And I slot in the last thing that I grabbed from the R&D that is like a big old fucking battery, and slot it into Eddie's glove, and it just supercharges it. And he holds it, like holding it with Eddie towards Bastard, and just shoot this like gigantic fucking blast of energy into Bastard.
So as we kind of see this happen, there's just this split second where it's just like it's starting to roil his shield, and it's about to break, and then suddenly like 5 bots just sit in front of him, like just leap in front of him and just take it.
Yeah.
Wow, I kind of want to use my moment of truth just to get him.
Oh, bet, boy! Bet! That was exactly what I was about to say.
Do you want to use your moment of truth, or should I use my moment of truth to finally get rid of Bastard?
I kind of want to do it, dude. Alright, hold on. There's only one fair way to decide this. Heads or tails, man?
I take
Hold
the
on.
one.
Hold on. Gentlemen, come on. Give me a second.
I'm not letting him get away with this.
I know you're not.
That feeling you have 2 moments of truth at the ready.
Oh god.
Well,
Okay.
then you use here, because I have only one moment of truth so far.
Oh no. Oh, I've never used a moment of truth.
So I have the oldest looking fucking quarter I have on my desk here.
Yep.
It's 2014 John Brown Fort, and
Nice.
it's not fucking silver anymore. It's like this bronzy thing.
Kaz, heads or tails?
Yeah, heads or tails.
Tails.
Tails?
Okay, I'm doing it because I'm the
Come
GM.
on, big
okay?
money. Come on, big money.
So Kaz is tails.
Yep.
And
come on, heads.
Tail.
Damn.
So it's me. Yep.
Yep.
Using my moment of truth. So as me and Eddie are shooting towards him, and the robots come in, I think I just like grab the glove and rip it off from Eddie's hand and like put it onto the armor again and just like scream Jarvis all energy into the blast, and then the blast ray just gets bigger and just blasts like a Dragon Ball Z hole through the goddamn like building. And just like shoots this laser, and the robots just explode and melt, and his energy shield as well just like explode, and he gets fried, but not like killed, but deep fried from that blast, and he just like flies off, just like lays there like smoldering on the ground, still alive but horrifically burned. And yeah, my suit immediately like just goes limp and just falls to the ground as it has like no energy left.
Yep. Okay, that's it for me, I guess. And then it's just Jonathan looks at that and goes, okay. And he just kind of like grabs Kaz and then goes over to looks at Bodkid and goes, come on.
He's still alive, but I swear to God, Jones, if that cat ever sees the light of day again, I come for
Bodkid, get
you.
him out.
That
Eddie.
fucker.
Oh, is he trying to get Eddie to push Kaz out?
Yeah, like trying to just drag you and Kaz through the portal.
Eddie is actively trying to break away from both of them.
I'm out. My suit has no energy.
Reject influence.
Reject influence?
Yeah.
Alright, what is the oh, that's a flat 6? Alright.
What do you want to do?
Oh, Eddie literally just wants to break away from it's Johnson who's trying to pull him, right?
He's pulling away Kaz and like looks to you and says, "Can you get like Kaz out of here?"
No, Eddie just very clearly says, "We're not fucking leaving without the rest of my goddamn team."
And he just kind of looks down at Kaz and goes, "Kid, we'll come back. But first you gotta take care of the team that's still here." Is Bodkid still being resolute?
Eddie just stares at him and says in once again, no uncertain language, "I'm not losing another team member."
Exactly. So take Traveler. Oh, kid. You kind of just sit there and he just stares at you and he looks to like Bastard still kind of like half smoldering and mewing.
I think he also lost a leg and an arm. I didn't hold back. Maybe an ear as well. He's stuff wavering.
Kid. Eddie, don't be in denial. We've lost enough.
And says, "I want my team."
And he just kind of like looks at the situation and he goes, well, is there anything you can do? You have a plan? You have resources? Kaz needs a hospital.
Then take him to a hospital.
And leave you here? What am I gonna tell your mother then?
Eddie seems to like blink at that and seemingly just remembers that his mother, in fact, doesn't know where he is and that he did just run off with no explanation. And he just steps up to Johnson, points a finger right in his fucking dog face, like literally a centimeter away from his nose, says, "We're coming back."
Yeah, we are.
Then he like goes to put Kaz on his shoulder and just says, "Come on."
And as you kind of just step through the portal, Johnson kind of like stays there at the edge and goes, "All right." And he just kind of like just steps through it. And mission clock timer. And we just see Hornet just like stop, like puts a click on her watch, and she just looks at Johnson, who looks infinitely more tired and aged than he has ever seemed in his life. And there ends the battle for the Illuminati. And we kind of peel away into this, into like the credits. As throughout the page, we have this kind of list of thank yous to like all of you guys as players and all the artists of the comic and inspirations and families and dogs. As we kind of see,
babies.
in like kind of like these epilogue panels, we see Nightprowler and his family kind of like sitting in the middle of like that kind of Batman the Animated Series Thunderstrike on top of Halcyon City as a trio, alongside once again the ignition of Saturn to create a second sun. We see Bodkid and in this like heavily done out uniform, and Usa, do you want to say who's there?
Oh.
Lucid?
No, it's up. You can go.
And so we just see off to the left because of a whole lot of firepower and a boy who like just looking like 20 years old, a 20-year-old bod kid now turned into, I guess, Bodman, whatever he would call himself.
Oh, he's gonna stay Bod Kid forever.
Oh, still in that bod kid and like the armored, and that kind of like new armor, and off to his left is Traveler, looking down at Halcyon also.
Interesting. Not sure how that happened.
Time travel bullshit. Johnson still being alive, and a moment of truth.
Cast doing science stuff.
It was. And we see Kaz, this kind of like Japanese Iron Man with some kind of burns on his hand as he looks out over a grateful house, like a somewhat grateful Halcyon. And he just smiles as he pulls out a switch with an entirely new kind of like Hornet suit off to the side, and we see an image of good old verification of truth out in space. And as we kind of question how did Traveler come back, we kind of see in the middle of a reconstituted timeline, we see an older kind of like 20, like mid-20 horse in power armor and with kind of like these two, like one like pistol attached to a canister, and behind him is his mother. The time, Lady Tempest, the time tamer, as they both have these kind of like matching suits and weapons, as they kind of like, as just before like the team entered, they kind of whipped away the bull to stop the shadows from descending, and from there the fight was a whole lot tidier. And someone didn't lose their life, and so they found Traveler after a second expedition, armed by the Illuminati and under new guise. And as it kind of like reaches this happy ending, there's in this kind of nice little script against Black, and it goes, "The world is in better hands," and we kind of get this, and the book kind of like closes, and it's a normal hand, although spotted by liver spots, and we kind of just see like Johnson looking like 60 years old with mostly gray hairs, and he kind of looks at the reader and goes, "Until next time."
Damn.
I didn't know this was the final session, but okay, I guess.
And that's the end of book 1.